Here is the latest from K2 Radio News.
A news release from the Wyoming Department of Corrections says that they worked closely with the Wyoming DCI and Worland Police to conduct a residential search in Worland. Probation and parole agents discovered 1.4 pounds of methamphetamine along with a small amount of marijuana in an apartment. They did not release the names of the offenders that were detained and arrested on drug charges, but we will update when we know more. State geologist James Mock says that radon is one of Wyoming's most widespread yet often underappreciated geologic hazards. In an effort to better educate Wyomingites about the hazards of radon, the Wyoming State Geological Survey recently added new layers to its interactive Wyoming hazards map that make it easier to visualize radon potential throughout the state. It's a colorless, odorless, and tasteless radioactive gas that builds up to a hazardous concentration in enclosed spaces. Exposure over time can cause lung cancer, and it's the second leading cause of the disease in the United States, right after smoking. Radon gas comes from the natural decay of uranium, and it can emit from rock, soil, and groundwater. Test results have shown elevated radon levels in all 23 of Wyoming's counties, though radon concentration can vary widely from building to building due to local and non-geologic factors. The best way to find out what your home's radon concentrations might be is to use a test kit. The Wyoming Department of Health offers free and discounted at-home radon test kits for Wyoming residents. Radon causes about 21,000 lung cancer deaths every year in the United States. Symptoms include a persistent cough, coughing up blood, wheezing, shortness of breath, hoarseness, chest pain, and frequent bronchitis. Average gas prices in Wyoming have fallen 2.8 cents a gallon in the last week, averaging $3.27 a gallon today. According to Gas Buddy price reports, the cheapest station in Natrona County as of this morning was at Exxon on 400 Valley Drive in Casper, priced at $2.80 a gallon, followed by Sam's Club on 2nd Street at $2.82 a gallon. For comparison, the national average price of gas was priced at $3.63 a gallon today. The national average price of diesel has fallen 3 cents in the last week, and it stands at $3.95 a gallon. Petroleum analyst Patrick DeHaan says that few Americans need to worry that gas prices are going to skyrocket. The risk appears to be behind us, with relief coming in the weeks ahead. While the latter half of summer could potentially see hurricane-related issues, he thinks that we've hit the top for now, and Americans could be optimistic that the summer will be very similar to last year, in line with our early 2024 expectations, and likely not featuring record gasoline prices. Over the weekend, hundreds gathered around a boxing ring at the Natrona County Fairgrounds Industrial Building for the Saturday Night Fights, organized by Hardin Fight Company on April 27th. Bright lights and loud music cues the fighters to march down a long aisle before stepping inside the ropes. Hardin explained that for people on the outside, it may seem like violence is at the forefront, but for them, it's all about discipline and hard work. The event gives the athletes a clear goal to work towards, and, says Hardin, if you work hard enough, you're rewarded with the type of glory and pride that can last a lifetime. As far as the community and fans, it's a way for them to come together and have fun. Hardin argues that we live in a state that consistently ranks at the top of U.S. suicide rates. He thinks that getting out of the house, coming together and making people feel welcome and loved is good for our mental health. The main event saw Kobe Kelly from Casper versus Kane McCochran battle for the vacant 155-pound belt. K2 caught up with Kelly ahead of the match to hear about how he got involved in the amateur boxing world. He said he's always been into sports. He found that boxing helped him deal with his emotions after losing his grandmother. Now 20 years old, Kelly is hoping to get more experience to one day become a professional. Right now, with Saturday's victory, he is 4-0, and then he heads to Sheridan for his 5th amateur match. If you're interested in seeing photos or reading about some of the other fighters on the card, head over to k2radio.com or follow us on Facebook. Reporting from Casper, this is Colby Fedor.